All right, guys, let's start the masterclass. First of all, thank you so much for joining the today's masterclass organized by Ellipse Education. Give me a moment, I will share my screen. All right. So first of all, let me introduce myself, right? Hello, everyone. I am Abhishek Agrawal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I have done my graduation from NIT Raipur in 2016, and I have total 8 years of Azure data engineering experience, right? I will be the mentor of this course together with Sankha Das, right? And after my graduation, I have worked like completely into the Azure data engineering background for 8 to 9 years, right? And I started this teaching journey back in COVID timing. I started helping my friends who lost their job in COVID timing, right? And then their friend, like they got a job, they referred to their friend, and then two student became five student, five student became 10 student, 10 student became 15 students. And then I started teaching professionally in education ellipse, right? And then during my training, what I do, I make sure that whatever I know from the project which I have done in the company, I try to teach that, right? Currently, I'm working in Germany as Azure data engineer. So I am working in a company right now, and then as a data engineer, and then I what I try to do is I also try to teach in my free time, right? That is what I do. So this is pretty much about me, right? I will request Sankhadas also to give a introduction, a small introduction. Give me a moment. I will give a option so that he can unmute himself. Yeah, Sankha, you can go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So yeah, this is Das Sankedash from Kolkata. So basically, I work as a data engineer. I have more than 5 years of experience in multiple companies. Along with that, I have worked on Middle East-based projects, Europe-based projects, UK-based projects, along with the Canada and US-based projects. Mostly, I have worked with healthcare and insurance companies projects. Okay, but like world-leading companies. So I started my teaching the same as Abhishek in 2020 in the COVID era. From that, I started the teaching, and more than till now I've studied more, like now I've taught more than 500 students. Okay, so basically I will help you to grab very simple concepts like Databricks, PySpark in a means more hard, these are hard concepts, but I'll make it more easy to grab for these things to you. And I will help you to clear the certificates as well, like Databricks certified data engineer associate, along with that Azure certified data engineering associate. There are multiple Microsoft data engineering certifications. So after this course, definitely you can attempt and pass. Okay. So yeah, this is about myself, and definitely whatever we'll teach, that will be totally hands-on based, because we both as a company specific employee, we know where the student can lag, or let's say where anyone can lag. So that we would both highlight. Okay. So that will totally everything will be practical and interactive sessions. So yeah, that's it from my end. Over to you, Abhishek.
Uh, all right. Thank you so much, Sankha, for introduction. Right. So, all right, guys. So this particular master class, me and Sankha Das will be your mentor, right? We'll make sure that each and every question of yours are answered during the master class, right? And then during the course curriculum as well, we will basically make sure that we are providing you a real-time project experience, interview guidance, right? Everything, right? All right. So this is a small introduction round, right? So before we start on the actual agenda of the overall masterclass, let's go through the agenda topics and then the few other things, right? So I will just run you through our website first of all, right? So in Education Ellipse, we basically provide the training from the mentors who are currently working in the industry, such as me as Abhishek Agrawal, right? I work as Azure Data Engineer in Aldi in Germany, right? So I basically provide all the training related to Azure, Microsoft background. That is what I do, right? And then in education, Elif, beside me, Vail Murugan is there, who is a AWS data engineer. So he takes care of all the training related to AWS background, right? And we have a Khan sir. He is also a data engineer working in Azure and AWS background, and then he takes care of all the training related to SQL and Python, right? Similarly, we have Sindhu Prathapati, right? She is a data analyst, so she take care of all the training related to Power BI. And we have a Sankha Das. He is also a data engineer working right now in a company, right? So he takes care of all the training related to Azure, right? So in education ellipse, we basically provide the training from the mentors who are working in the industry. We don't onboard any tutor who is working full time, who is teaching full time, right? We don't onboard any tutor. Reason being that it's very difficult to be in touch of what is happening real time and then teach as well. So that is our criteria, what we do, right? Now, as I told that, like, what sets us apart is we will help you end to end. So suppose like whenever you want to get a job, what are the things you need? You first of all need to first of all you need to do the real time project. So we will help you do real time projects. And then once you do a real-time project, you also need to understand how to explain this project in the interview, how to answer technical challenges, like how to answer the interview questions such as what are the technical challenges you have faced in the project, or like some sort of a scenario-based question related to project. That also will help you to assist and how to answer those questions, right? So interview tailored preparation, right? And at the same time, we will also help you to make your resume, mock interview, everything we will take, right? From the mentors who are currently working in the industry, right? And it's a like a small batch training of 20 30 people learning together for a common goal, right? And we basically provide the training in a way that hey, when you go to some Infosys or Mu Sigma, these guys provide you a 3 months 4 months intense training which is completely job oriented. That is what we also do. We will provide you the training as per the job related, right? So whatever we do, we will basically teach you, and then you will be completely ready to get a job and also at the same time deliver the project without any assistance, right? So we will provide the training in that particular manner. So it's a personalized training, hands-on training, right? Resume building, mock interview. We have a 7 day refund policy as well. So if you're not satisfied with the training, you can avail the refund in 7 days, right? Till now, till date, we are giving this particular thing from past 2 to 3 years. Nobody came to us because of teaching style, because we are very confident about our tutor, right? But we are giving that kind of a liberty as well. So if you are not satisfied with the trainer, you can come back to us and ask for the refund in 7 days, right? And also we have a price guarantee. So if you find a similar course anywhere in the market in less of a price, you come back to us and get the discount as well, right? And as I told you, we have a live courses of Azure data engineering background, AWS, Snowflake, Fabric, Snowflake data engineering, and AWS Power BI, SQL, Python. And then we also have a recorded material of all of our training that is also there, right? So you can go through it, you can check out it. You can also check out the reviews, right? So suppose there are video reviews, you can check out the Deepak reviews. You can also check out the Jaskaran reviews, right? Who got a job, 3x salary hike, and then Harshit is one of our student who also got a job in UK after completing his graduation, right? So you can check out some video reviews over here. You can go back to reviews over here as well. You can check out the reviews over here as well, right? Uh, so yeah, so this is pretty much about the education ellipse in general, right? And so you can go and check out the reviews over here, right? So you will find many reviews. You can just go and check out the reviews, right? All right. And then now, like, and then if you want to understand the LinkedIn profile and everything, you can also understand it over here. You can go back to my LinkedIn. You can understand that, hey, what are the projects I have done and all of that, right? You can also go through it. You can check out that, right? All right, guys. So this is pretty much about the introduction part of the things, education ellipse, and like Sankha and me, right? In general. Now let's try to speak about that, like why we are here, right? So the people who joined today, the 50 to 55 people who joined today, right, joined from one basic agenda that all of you, each one of you, want to switch your career to Azure cloud domain, right? And when you want to switch your career to Azure cloud domain, you basically you are in some sort of a different domain. For example, you are in sales background, you are from marketing background, or you are an informatica developer, or you are a Power BI developer, or you are a DevOps engineer, or you are a admin guy having 10 years of experience, whatever it is. In the today's masterclass, what we will make sure that each one of you, like 50 to 55 people, each one of you are very, very clear how to switch your profile to Azure data engineering domain, right? That we will make sure. And I know the all the people who joined today have this common question, because I am not taking, me and Sanka are not taking this masterclass for the first time. Every month we take 4 to 5 masterclass, right? So we know what are the confusion people have, what are the question they have. So we will basically make sure in the today's masterclass each and every question is answered. That we will make sure, okay? And each one of you, after completing this master class, are very, very clear that hey, how I can switch and how I can learn, right? That should be very, very clear, okay? So I will go through each and every question, right? What people, the what general question people have, right? And then if I haven't addressed any questions, right, you can type your question in the chat and we will make sure each and every question is answered, right? And at the same time, if you need the recording of today's masterclass, you can type your number and name in the chat and we will send you the recording of the today's masterclass, right? And whatever learning material we will be also using in the today's masterclass, you can get all the learning material in Education Ellipse Instagram page, right? You can also get all the learning material in my LinkedIn account, right? You can get all the learning material, and then we will be sending the link over the chat so that you can also get the learning material from there, right? All right. So this is a small brief. Now let's jump to the straight to the technical part of things, right? So now suppose the people who joined today, first of all, have this kind of a common question about, hey Abhishek, I don't know what is cloud. First of all, I want to learn cloud, but I don't know what is cloud, right? Then people have a question about, hey Abhishek, I now get it, what is cloud? But hey, there is a Azure, AWS, GCP, VMware, Alibaba. There are many clouds. Why I should learn only Azure, right? That is a question which you have probably. Then if people are clear about Azure, right? Why Azure? Then they have a question about how many openings Azure have. Like, is it does had Azure has an opening about few fresher, or like 5 year, 10 year of experience guy can also switch to Azure, right? This kind of a question you have, right? So we will try to understand those questions. And then sometimes you have a question about what is data engineering. I don't know what is data engineering. Please tell me about it, right? Then people are not clear about how to switch to data engineering, because when they are going to the job role, there is DevOps they have written machine learning, they have written like dashboarding, or they have written admin, right? So people are confused how to switch to data engineering. What are tools to learn, right? So we will talk about it. So we'll first understand what is cloud, then we'll understand why Azure, then we'll understand Azure has a job openings or future, right? Then we'll understand what is data engineering. Then we'll understand how you can switch to data engineering, right? Now, sometimes people have a question about, I am a fresher, how I can switch. I have a career gap, how I can switch. I am a 10 year of experience guy, how I can switch. Because suppose if fresher wants to become Azure data engineer, here his career path or his learning path should be different than 5 to 10 year of experience guy, right? So we will guide you how you can make your own path, right? And at the same time, if you have a question about, hey, Power BI, I should, like, I am from Power BI background, can I learn? If I am from SSIS background, can I learn? I am from Informatica background, can I learn? If I am from admin background, can I learn? If I am from sales background, mainframe background, marketing background, how I can learn, right? So we will basically answer each and every question. And then if you have a question about how much coding is required, SQL is required or not, Python is required or not, right? We will answer those questions. And sometimes people have a question about that, hey, course duration is 2 months, 4 months, how we will do projects in 4 to 5 months, right? How we will practice in Azure, right? And how much experience I can show, right? All of this question, we will answer each and every question. What are the certification I can do, right? Each and every question will be answered, right? So we will basically touch upon every topic, and then we will understand each and every question so that everybody is clear, right? That is what we will do. And then by end of the course, by end of the master class, we will give you some offers so that you can also enroll for the actual course which we are starting after Diwali, which is on 22nd of October, right? So if you're looking for the enrollment, we will also give you some offers so that you can enroll for the course. Okay. All right. So that is what the all of this question we will cover, right? And now what is the like how we will cover it up, right? So how we will cover all of this question. So we will basically cover up all of this question by following this agenda points, right? So for example, what we will do, we will go through this agenda points one by one, and then each and every question will be answered. So for example, introduction I already covered, right? And then we will basically start with why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure, right? And then we'll understand why and what of data engineering, then we'll understand tools to learn, then we'll understand why and what of Databricks and Spark, right? That we will learn, right? And then we'll understand who can learn. So we'll understand one by one each and every topic, and then we will try to basically understand the overall roadmap. Okay. Now, during the overall masterclass, if my voice is not audible or if my screen is not visible, right, you can type in the chat and I will be regularly checking the chat. Okay. All right. And I will also give you the option so that you can unmute yourself and ask question. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So let's start with why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure. Okay. So let's start with why cloud, what is cloud, right? So I will try to basically explain this in very, very simple terms, why and what of cloud. Okay. Give me a moment. Or okay, all right. So why cloud? So suppose when I was in college, I used to use CDs, DVDs, pen drive to store my photos, event photos, or like some exam related sample papers. All of that I used to store there, right? Now, why I switched to cloud, why I switched to Google Drive is if I want to share any photos with any of my friend, I can just create a link and share, right? Very simple. If my Google Drive is full, I don't need to go to the market purchase, like I don't need to go to the market and purchase a storage, right? I can just get it then and there. I can just upgrade my storage, which is not possible when you're using a pen drive, right? And at the same time, I can lose my pen drive, but I cannot lose the photos which I stored in the Google Drive, right? That will not happen. Because of all of these advantages, I moved to cloud, right? Because the data lesson recovery will be handled by the cloud service provider. Upgrade is very easy. It's easy to collaborate. Implementation is very easy. I can just purchase a Dropbox or Drive location, anything, right? So that is why I switched to cloud. Abhishek switched to cloud because of this advantages. That is why all the companies are switching to the cloud because of this advantages. Okay, because they are getting advantage of data loss and recovery, upgrade, collaboration, or everything, right? So that is why companies are also moving to the cloud. Okay. Now this is why cloud is important. Now what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but the practice of you, like if I just try to simplify this definition, cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're accessing someone else's computer, you're paying for it. You can relate this by a cyber cafe example, right? So when I was in college, I used to go to an internet cafe, pay them 20 rupees an hour and used to use their computer. Simple, right? So that is what I'm doing right now in the cloud. What I'm trying to do is I am trying to pay for a virtual machine which is hosted on the internet by a cloud service provider. I'm paying a cost for it, right? That is what I'm doing. And I need to pay the cost as much I use it. Simple. Suppose if I am using 1 hour internet cafe, 10 rupees an hour, 20 rupees an hour. All of us has done it, and all of you, I guess, remember those days as well, right? So 10 rupees an hour, 20 rupees an hour we used to pay. And similar here as well, if you use it for 5 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours, you need to pay it accordingly. And depending upon what services you're using, right? So suppose if you're going to an internet cafe, they are giving you some sort of a different softwares, right? For editing and all of that, probably their charges are more. Similar to that over here as well, you need to pay how much you use it, right? And that's all. So what is cloud computing? Now, if you read this definition, it will make more sense to you. The practice of using a network of remote server hosted on an internet to store, manage, and process data rather than your local computer or personal computer, right? The practice of using a network of remote server which is hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data rather than your local computer. That is what the cloud is. Okay. All right. So I think it is clear for everyone why and what of cloud, right? That is clear. Why cloud? Easy to collaborate, easy to maintain, everything will be handled by a cloud service provider. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but I'm not using my computer, I'm using someone else's computer, I'm paying for it, right? And it is hosted on the internet. Simple. Now let's try to understand. Hey Abhishek, I understood what is cloud. Now please tell me why I should learn only Azure. Why I cannot learn Amazon or like some AWS or GCP, right? All of that cloud. Why I cannot go with that, right? Why only Azure, right? So now uh, let me try to explain this, right? Give me a moment. All right. So why and what of cloud? Let's try to understand with an example that um like suppose I have a very good friend who has like done graduation me with me and working with Amazon right now, okay? And then I asked him that, hey, like in Amazon, do you guys use some sort of a Microsoft product? So he said that yes, we use a Microsoft Office, right, that we use. And then I asked the person who is working in Google as well, hey, do you use any Microsoft product in your company? So he was also saying that, yeah, we are using Office, and then Microsoft Office is also used by some of our teams, right? And then if I ask them, hey, in Amazon, do you build everything in-house, right? So in Amazon, everything is in-house, to be honest, right? So they try to build everything in-house, right? That is what they do. And in GCP as well, they also try to build everything in-house, right? They don't want to use the products offered by different big companies, right? That they don't want to do. And if I just try to consider my career as well, in among 8 to 9 years, and Sankha Das also, I discussed this with him as well, right? So when we basically consider and see our past, every company in which I have worked, I was always using a Microsoft product, right? And you can also take an example of your company, right, in which you were working before. Every company like Microsoft has a very good penetration in a corporate world that every company uses a Microsoft product. That is why, like, I am little bit biased from Azure perspective because Microsoft has a very good penetration, corporate penetration that gives Microsoft has an edge over other cloud, right? That is the first reasoning. Now, the second reason is Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI, right? Which also gives a Microsoft has an edge, right? Now, Microsoft has an unmatched security compliance as well. They have a hybrid cloud setup. They have a flexible pricing, right? Everything other details are other advantages also there. But like just to summarize, right? These are the biggest advantage which I feel the Microsoft has, right? But it's not like GCP and AWS are bad, right? We have a AWS course as well in education ellipse, right? We are soon launching a GCP course as well. But if you ask me, I am working in as an Azure data engineer from past 8 years, and then during COVID time when I started teaching, right, I was able to like teach, and at the same time, like I was not looking for the students. Just like I made a profile that hey, I want to teach people, and then people were reaching to me from different places, right? Because there is a opportunity, there are requirements, right? And at the same time, when I wanted to switch my job in India multiple times from 5 LP to 10 LPA, 10 to 20 LPA, 20 to 30 LPA, I was always and always getting interview calls. There is always a struggle when you want to switch a job, but switch a job as in you need to give interviews and then you need to like give multiple interviews, you need to get shortlisted. Those kind of a struggle is there, but main important thing is are you getting an interview calls or not, right? That I was always getting. And at the same time, when I wanted to move my profile from India to abroad, then also I was getting interview calls, right? That is more important. So from that particular perspective, I'm saying that Azure has a very good bright future, right? And at the same time, like what you can do, you can just like I have many slides to prove that, right? You can understand the market share as well of Azure, right? You can see the increasing demand. You can see the how much they are investing in OpenAI. You can see the salaries and all everything, right? Now you don't need to believe anyone. What you can do is you can instead go to Naukri.com, right? And then over here in Naukri.com, you search Azure Data Engineer, for example. And then you will see this all of this job openings of different salary bracket. You will see how many job openings are there, right? And then not only in India, you can go to LinkedIn as well and do the same thing, right? So there is opportunity, and then no matter you are a fresher or suppose if you have some sort of a zero experience as well, then also you can get a job, right? In Azure field, that also you can do. Now you will say, Abhishek, job openings are less in as a fresher. As a fresher, the job openings are less in all the job market. It's not like in Azure data engineering only it's less, but there is a job opening which I'm telling you, right? So job openings are less. So suppose if you see in Bangalore, there is 1,000 job openings, right? Which is very good for the fresher if you say, right? But there is opportunity. This is what I'm explaining, right? And when you select like 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience, you will see the job opening around the globe for Azure data engineering, right? That you will see. Okay. So now we understood why, what is cloud, why cloud. Then we understood about why Azure only. Then we understood, hey, Azure has a future or not. That also I explained, right? Now let's try to understand why and what of data engineering, right? So first of all, it's very, very important that we know what not to learn and what to learn to become a data engineer, right? So because when you open this Azure data engineering, any sort of a job profile, you will see that, hey, MXBI or like they write so many things in the job description. Suppose if you see over here, they are writing like 10 to 20 years of experience. People should know overall 12 years of experience, and then they are writing that they should have experience about experience in BI reporting, Microsoft Purview, Fabric, right? And then many other things as well, right? So now let me open other job opening as well. So suppose if I go to like, let me decrease this to 3, 5 years, something like that, right? 4 years of experience. So let me open this. So here they have written data factory, architect implementation, then they have written PySpark, they have written CI/CD, yeah, integrate CI/CD version control, they have also written, right? So they write like some of the things which is written in the job description. For example, if you ask me CI/CD pipeline, do I need to know CI/CD pipeline to become Azure data engineer? No. The answer is straight no, right? If you ask me that, hey, do I need to build BI reports to become Azure data engineer? Straight answer is no, right? So we should really, really understand that what I should learn, what I should not learn as of now, because I am learning a new field. When you're learning a new field, you should really focus on learning important things rather than learning everything, right? Suppose if I have an exam in 2 months, right? I will rather focus on the chapters which has a more weightage or very, very important rather than some sort of a chapter from which I can get 1, 2 marks, right? That I will not focus on. So our job is to really focus on the topics, on the tools, which is important, right? And to focus on those tools, what is more important is to know what is data engineering, right? That is more important. So let's try to understand what is data engineering now, okay? And I will try to explain what is data engineering in very, very simple terms so that you can understand what to focus on and what not to focus on, okay? So suppose I have a requirement that one of my friend like opened a retail store in Bangalore, right? In Bangalore, he opened a retail store and he opened 5 to 6 retail store. For example, he has a retail store and in Sarjapur, he has a retail store in Balandur, he has a retail store in HSR layout, right? So he has a multiple retail store all across the Bangalore. Now, like he stored some of the data in SharePoint location, some of the data in SQL Server, some of the data in the file server, right? He stored the data in all of this different locations, right? That is what he has done, right? Now, like after 2 to 3 years, what he wants to know is he wants to basically understand, right? How what is the sales, daily sales? He wants to understand this, and also he wants to understand that hey, like what is the product of the year, right? That he wants to understand, like and then like who is the customer of the day, right? Who bought most of the product, right? That he wants to understand, right? Who has generated like the biggest bill or which business unit is performing good, right? All of that he wants to understand. And if he wants to understand this, he need to collate the data at one central location, right? And then do the dashboarding, some sort of a charts he need to prepare. So he is doing that manually right now. He's trying to contact to all the store managers. His store manager is sending him the data somewhere in the location, in a cloud location, or they are sending in some sort of a files, right? And then he is trying to collate the data and then try to visualize it. So it's very difficult for him to do it manually daily, right? So he wants to make it automated, right? So he contacted me. He said that, hey Abhishek, I want some solution in which I want your assistance to move the data to a cloud location, and then some sort of a dashboarding can happen in a link or something. I should open a dashboard and then I can understand the business, right? So this is a standard data engineering problem in which the data engineer will basically move the data from point A to point B, right? Which is a movement part. Then load the data to a storage and then also transform the data and make it ready for the data analysis. That is what the data engineer will do on day-to-day basis, right? And the analysis part will be done by the Power BI guy, right? So this is a Power BI job, or Power BI guy or guy will do it, or data analyst will do it. The data engineer will do the extraction of the data, means data engineer will move the data from point A to point B, right? And then he will transform, means suppose if here if we have like one file from here, 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 one file from here. So he will try to combine all the data, right? So make some transformation. So that is what the data engineer will do, right? So now what is the data engineering job? So data engineer will always and always find the right data for data analyst and data scientist. So he will work with the data analyst, he will work with the data scientist to give them the right data, right? He will not do the data analyst job, means working in Power BI, doing some data analysis, that he will not do. He will also not use the data to predict future. That is done by data scientists. They work on like predicting future kind of a thing, right? Now develop a ETL pipeline, that data engineer will do. Building data marts, that data engineer will do. Monitor data pipeline, that data engineer will do. Make sure the code quality is good, that data engineer will do, right? Make sure the data quality is good, that data engineer will do. Optimize the cost of the various platform, that data engineer will do, right? All of that is data engineering. And then document the overall flow, right? All of this is data engineering. Each one of it is data engineering, right? So this is what the data engineer will do, right? What data engineer will not do? Data engineer will not work on the ML model, reports, CI/CD pipeline, front end application, right? And then writing code, infrastructure security, all of that data engineer will not do, right? So data engineer's job is to not work on CI/CD pipeline, front end application, ML model report, all of that data engineer will not do, right? What data engineer will do? Data engineer will do all of this, right? Like extract, transform, and load, all of this the data engineer will do. Now you will see the many job opening in which CI/CD is written. You will see many job opening in Power BI is written, right? So my request is to not focus on this, right? My request is to focus on what is important, and then try to learn some like try to learn some sort of suppose if DevOps is there, try to learn what data engineers should do on day-to-day basis on DevOps side, right? That you can focus on. For example, if admin is there, what data engineers should know from the admin perspective, right? That you should understand, right? And in the interview, if you're telling that I don't know this because this is not the data engineering role on day-to-day basis job, every interviewer will be fine with that, right? I have given many interviews like this, okay? So you should really focus on this, right? But I'm also telling you that you will see many courses in the market that they are saying that data engineering we will teach you, and then we'll teach you like DevOps, or like God knows, like we'll teach you some sort of SQL, Python, and Cosmo DB and structured streaming, and then what is the course duration? 2 months, 2.5 months. Everything will be taught in 2.5 months, right? There are many courses you will see in the market. uh, so and what they generally do, they take like one day CI/CD pipeline, right? And then if you just attend this class and go to the real-time project implementation, you won't be able to do anything, right? So if you want to really learn DevOps, if you want to really learn admin, take a separate course for that instead of just having some sort of understanding in Azure Data Engineering course, right? So when you're learning it Azure Data Engineering, just focus on learning data engineering only, right? Don't focus on anything else, right? And then that would be enough for you to get a job as a Azure Data Engineer, okay? So to become Azure data engineer, right? What are the tools are important? Data Factory, Synapse Analytics, Data Lake SQL Server, Databricks SQL Stored Position, ADF data flows, right? All of these are important to become a Azure data engineer, right? So what are tools to focus on? These are the tools you should focus on: Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, DevOps, Data Lake, SQL DB. This is what you should focus on. Okay. Let me check the chat. Why are you all sending your number? So guys, if you want today's recording, right, please send your number in the chat and we'll be sending you the recording. Okay. What about Snowflake and dbt? What is the future of data engineering? Okay, so please type your question as well. If you have any question like this, what Subha has written, please type your question in the chat and I will address all the question. Okay. All right. So now, like, what are the tools you should focus on? You should really focus on Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, Data Lake Storage, DevOps, and then Synapse Analytics. Okay. Now, if you also ask me that, hey Abhishek, what also I can focus on? You can also focus on Fabric, which is recently launched by Azure, right? You can also focus on Fabric. Okay. Now, if you also want me to cut down few of the tools, right? Then I will tell that, hey, Fabric, Synapse Analytics, just like it's okay if you are not focusing on this right now, because Data Factory is the oldest tool after SSIS, which Microsoft has launched. And if you'll understand Data Factory, you will be able to build pipeline in Synapse. You will be able to build pipeline in Fabric as well. So if you learn Data Factory, that is already covered. And if you know Databricks, then also you can run Spark job in Synapse, run Spark job in Fabric. That also you can do. So if you focus on Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, that would be enough, right? Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, right? So that is enough. You can easily work with Synapse, DevOps, right? Everything, right? Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB. This is what you can focus on. Okay. All right. So somebody has written, we notice more openings on Snowflake. Do we get this? All right. What about Snowflake and DBT? Is there any future of data? Why you're sending the number? All right. So guys, Snowflake is also a data warehouse, right? So data warehouse such as Azure Synapse Analytics. Snowflake is also a data warehouse, right? So now, like if you're working in Azure data engineer, if you're targeting Azure data engineer, right? So either like if you are learning Synapse Analytics or Data Factory, right? And then Databricks, Snowflake is not needed because Azure Databricks, Azure Databricks and Snowflake both are competitor, okay? So if you're learning Azure Databricks, Snowflake is not needed, right? So both like Azure Databricks also has a very good opening. Snowflake has also a good opening, right? But you don't need to learn both. If you're learning Azure Databricks, Snowflake, you don't need to learn in that case, right? So what we are doing right now, we are trying to target Azure data engineering role. And in Azure data engineering role, generally, right? Generally, Databricks is mentioned, right? So that is what we are targeting. We are targeting on Databricks rather than targeting on Snowflake. Okay. All right. Can you share a roadmap of Azure AI, how we can learn things? So here, guys, we will be focusing only and only about data engineering, right? We are not focusing on Azure AI or ML or anything of that sort. We are just focusing on Azure data engineering, and we will understand in day-to-day job how you can use AI tools to make you more efficient. That is what we will focus on. Okay. All right. Okay, fine. So now let's try to understand what is Data Factory, what is Databricks, what is Synapse Analytics, what is SQL Data Lake, SQL DB, all of that we'll understand now. Okay. So what is Data Factory? Let's try to understand that now. Okay. So now let me open the UI to explain this. Okay. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. So this is a data factory where you can design the pipeline to move your data from point A to point B. For example, if I want to copy the data, like if you can see here, okay, over here, when if I want to copy the data from the source to the cloud storage, I am using data factory, right? So in data factory, what you can do, you can configure your source, you can configure your storage, and then you can move the data. That is what you can do. So over here, you can configure your source, right? Hey, my source is some SharePoint location. You can configure the source, right? Like you can create a link service, you can configure the source, right? And then once you configure the source, you can configure the sink as well, right? Where you want to move the data. I want to move the data to data lake, right? So you select data lake and you configure that. Once you configure that, configure as in once you create a connection, then you can move the data from point A to point B. In data factory, you don't need to write any code. So right, so you don't need to write any code. Here, this is a no code machine, which helps you to learn data migration. Data migration means moving the data from point A to point B you can do in data factory. It is similar to AWS Glue in Amazon. It is also similar to Airflow, right? It is so if you are learning data factory, you don't need to learn Airflow or Amazon Glue or anything of that sort. This is a data migration tool, right? So when you're targeting data engineering, what are the tools important? Extract, transform, and load. Extract and transform and load, which means data migration. Extract means data migration, moving data from point A to point B. Data transformation means transforming the data, right? Which is a data transformation. So you should focus on data transformation and then data migration. Okay. So data factory is a tool which you can use for data migration, right? And now for the transformation, for transforming the data, you can use SQL database, right? So Azure SQL database you can use for the transformation, or Synapse Warehouse also you can use, right? Which is a normal SQL database, right? So SQL database where you can write your logic and do the transformation, right? That is what you can do. Okay. So this is a normal SQL database, and then to work with Azure SQL database, you definitely need SQL, right? So suppose if somebody is saying that Abhishek, I don't know SQL, I don't know Python, you can start with data factory in that case, right? So if you know basics of SQL, you can start with SQL database, and then Synapse Analytics also you can do. Here you can create a table, run SQL query, all of that you can do, right? When you have limited amount of data. But now when you have a big amount of data, you need a different kind of a processing, which is a distributed computing framework, right? Which basically done in Databricks, right? Using Spark. So what is Spark? Spark is open source unified analytics engine for large scale data processing, which means that using Spark, you can process big amount of data, right? You can process big amount of data because it does the distributed computing, right? When you're running a code in SQL, it is running in a single machine. For example, if I have my computer, SQL is running in single computer, right? But in Databricks, it runs on the multiple computer. It runs simultaneously on 4 to 5 computer or 7 computer or 8 computer, however you define it. And then your processing happens like distributed manner, right? So just to understand in a very simple term, I will pull up a slide. Yeah. So suppose what distributed computing framework is, suppose if you have a problem statement 2 minus 2, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1, and if you submit it to that problem statement, this problem statement will be divided into 3 different machines and then processing will happen. Rather than running your in SQL only one processing, like it runs only on a single machine. But suppose if I have a box of coin, if I divide the box of coin different people, right? So then the counting will be faster, right? That is what happens in Databricks, okay? And Spark, right? Now, like it basically uses Spark, right? Spark to do the distributed computing. And what is Spark? Spark is a language, multi-language language, right? It can be written in SQL, Scala, Java, R, right? And now this is open source. Spark is basically open source, mean anybody can use it. Spark Wiki, right? Spark Wiki, anybody can use it. Spark is open source unified engine for large scale data processing, right? Spark, anybody can use it. So suppose Spark, you can see Spark running in Databricks as well. You'll see Spark running in AWS Glue as well. You will see Spark running in Synapse as well, right? Now you can ask me, Abhishek, if Spark we can run everywhere, why I should run as Databricks only, right? Because Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark itself. So Databricks is founded and created by Apache Spark itself, which makes Databricks a very powerful tool because it has many features, right? It has many features, right? So let me show you this, like what are the feature it has. So here you can see, right? So here data in Databricks you can do like SQL processing as well, data engineering, auto ML, MLL algorithm. You can do everything you can do, right? So now Databricks gives you the edge to do everything, right? So suppose when you go to Snowflake as well, they have features, but AI, ML, all of that, if you want to do going forward, then Databricks is a better choice for that, right? Now, like Databricks, here you can do SQL processing as well, data engineering task as well, right? And then it is now somebody will tell Abhishek like how we can do distributed computing here, right? So suppose if you want to create a cluster, for example, here, let me show you this. Give me a moment. So here you can see I am defining number of machines I need, 2 to 11 machine, right? And then this is suppose like a worker memory, 2 to 11 workers I need to process my data. So this is how the computing will happen, right? So it will distribute the task to 2 to 11 people and then processing will happen, right? Which is the faster processing. Now Databricks is created by creator of Apache Spark, so it has many feature compared to AWS Glue or compared to your like compared to Snaps, right? It has many features. That is why Databricks is an important tool to learn. So now, like, and then coding is required for this, right? So suppose SQL you should know, Python or you should know, right? So coding is required for this, right? So now let's try to summarize everything, right? So let's try to summarize everything. So now, if I open my slide again, why cloud? Because easy to collaborate, easy to maintain, easy to share. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but I'm not using my computer, I'm using someone else's computer, I'm paying for it. Why Azure? Because Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI, and then every company uses a Microsoft product. Why and what of data engineering? Because data engineering is basically extract, transform, and load. Means you should focus on data migration, data processing, right? Data migration, you can use ADF. For data processing, you can use Databricks Spark, right? That is what you can use. Now, if you also see, right, if you also see the core skills in 2030, right, it's a report shared by World Economic Forum, right? So if you see the growth in general, right, in 2030, AI and big data has a very good growth, right? And when you want to focus on AI and big data, right, big data processing, you Databricks is one of the best tool, or Data Factory is one of the best tool you can go for it, right? All right, so the people who are concerned about the future can also refer to this particular chart. Okay, all right. Okay, guys. So now let's try to jump to a the next line item, right? So suppose we understood what are the tools to focus on, why and what of Databricks and Spark also we understood, right? Coding is required for Data Factory, no coding required. If you don't know data coding, go start with Data Factory, right? So that you can start with something. How much coding is required? Suppose when you want to work with SQL data, so SQL database, you need to know SQL. For Databricks, either you can manage with SQL or Python, right? Because Databricks is basically written in Spark, and Spark can be written in different languages. So if you write Spark over here, Spark is multi-language. So you can write Spark in Python, SQL, any language you can choose, and you can write Spark code, right? But I really suggest you to focus SQL and then Python, right? That is what you should focus on. Okay. All right. Okay. We understood coding is required or not. So yes, for data factory, no coding is required. For Databricks and SQL, coding is required. Okay. Now let's try to understand the where to practice and how to practice, right? So suppose what you can do, you will practice everything in the free account, right? So you have this particular Azure subscription free account. So this particular Azure subscription, I am basically I created this particular account 1 month back, right? And then I use this particular subscription for 1 month for free, right? That is what you can do. And after 1 month, you can start paying for it, right? Which is generally 1500, like 1000 to 1500 rupees a month, right? Not more than that. So here you can see I'm paying like 44 euros, which is around 4000 rupees. But why I'm paying 4000 rupees? Because I am using some services and I'm also teaching many people. So that is why it's 4000 rupees. But it's generally 1000 rupees. And I will guide you how you can use the subscription to do the billing till 1000 rupees, right? And now if you want to mitigate that particular cost, every month you can use a credit card and then create an account. I have also done it in the beginning, right? So I use all my friends' credit card, relative credit card, right? And then I'm just trying to upgrade my account every month, right? That is what we are doing. And we will practice everything real time over here. That is what we'll do in the Azure account itself. Okay. All right. Who can learn fresher? So now we will try to understand the roadmap, right? So how much fresher should learn, how much 5 year experience guy should learn, or how much more than 5 year experience guy should learn. We will try to understand that now. Okay. So now if I go to website now, I will just open website, right? So suppose if you go to the courses, there are three different courses you can see: Azure Data Engineering, Databricks and Spark, Azure Data Engineering plus Databricks and Spark, right? Azure Data Engineering, Databricks and Spark, Azure Data Engineering plus Databricks and Spark, right, for big data. Now, if you are a fresher, if you don't know coding, right, or for example, if you are like 1 year, 2 year experience guy, if you know coding as well, for example, right, then I recommend you to go for Azure Data Engineering course curriculum, right? This is a 2 months course curriculum in which we will basically teach you data factory, right? Databricks, Synapse Analytics, Fabric, right? All of that we will teach you. Okay, so suppose if you see the course curriculum, we will teach you Azure basics, data blob, data lake, integration runtime link service, right? Recursive wildcard, implementing for each loop, copy data activity, parameterization, lookup activity, delta load, Git integration, right? Lakehouse integration, right? We will learn about key vault. We will learn about slowly changing dimension. We will learn about synapse analytics, right? So if you're a fresher, you can start with data factory. I have also started with data factory in the initial days, right? And there you don't need to write any code, and this will give you end-to-end picture, right? So you start with data factory. If you are 2 years of experience guy, 3 years of experience guy, start with data factory. Data factory is always and always a starter, very good important tool to learn, because in data factory you learn about data migration. If you don't have any data in the cloud, how you'll practice anything, right? So data factory is one of the very important tool you should focus on, right? Data factory. So here we'll focus on data factory. We will learn basic to mid level of Databricks, Synapse Analytics, and other tools, right? And then we will do three projects here. This is the first project we will do, right? This is the second project we will do, and this is the third project we will do. And this project is centered on Data Factory. This project is centered on Databricks. This project is centered on Synapse Analytics. So we will do three projects, right? We'll focus on Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, warehousing, right? That is what we'll focus on. Okay. So you should go for this particular course curriculum, right? And this is a 2 months course curriculum. Now, suppose if you say that Abhishek, I want to really focus on Databricks and Spark and big data processing, so you can go for this particular course curriculum. And then this particular course curriculum is also like will focus on only Databricks and Spark. So Databricks and Spark architecture, cluster management, RDD data frame API, conversion of Spice Spark to Pandas, common transformation technique, DB utils, how to process different kind of a file, different types of views, manage stable, unmanaged stable, JDBC connector, Databricks CLI, Unity catalog, SCD implementation, Spark optimization, dynamic partition pruning, autoloader, directory recycle graph, predicate proofs on, projection proofs on, repartition coalesce, data skewness, sort merge join, broadcast join, right? We will, whatever we will learn here related to Spark, right? Such as all of these topics can be implemented anywhere, no matter in Synapse or AWS Glue, anywhere it can be implemented, right? So and then if you're learning Databricks, you can also work with AWS Databricks. You can also work with GCP Databricks, right? Databricks is a separate entity, and all the companies adopted this, right? So you can work with that as well. Okay, so you can work with AWS Databricks, GCP Databricks as well. This is also the advantage of this particular course curriculum. Okay, so this course curriculum should be taken by anyone who is basically a um, basically like from a coding background or want to learn big data processing, right? So you can go for this particular course curriculum, right? Now, anybody who is experienced, 4 or 5 years of experience, want to switch their profile, they should go for a combined course, right? Reason being that you guys are more experienced, you need to learn more to switch your job, right? So you can go for a combined course curriculum. This is a 4 month course curriculum, right? So this each one of this is 2 months, and this is 4 month course curriculum. And then here also we will basically like do 5 projects in total. So in this particular course curriculum we will do 5 projects in total. We will do these three projects, and then these 2 projects, right? These are the 2 projects we will do. And in Databricks, sorry, I think I forget to tell you this, right? So in Databricks course curriculum as well, we have 2 projects, right? So these are the 2 projects we have: the lake house architecture project and then this project, right? This is a lake house Medellin architecture project, which is a very recent 2020 to the very recent project, right? So lake house implementation. So nowadays the architecture has evolved like this. Let me show you this, right? So architecture has evolved like this, right? So previously we were doing ETL like this. Now in 2011 we have done the ETL like this. Now we are doing ETL like this. So we will teach you the architecture diagram of this and architecture diagram of this as well, right? So that is what we will do in the uh, in the in the Databricks course curriculum, right? In the Databricks course curriculum, that is what we'll do. And then in the combined course curriculum, it's just the combination of both of them. So it will go for 4 months, and then you learn about Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, warehousing, Spark, everything, right? You learn. And this course is for anyone who is more experienced, 3 or 4 years of experience, right? You should go for this particular course curriculum. All right. So let me try to summarize everything, right? So that it's very clear for everyone, right? So in Azure Data Engineering course curriculum, we will provide you 3 years of experience. What will be taught? ADF, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, warehousing will be taught. We will do 3 projects. We will learn about data migration, full load, delta load, one-on-one project on ADF, Databricks, Synapse Analytics. You'll gain 3 years of experience. You'll learn from scratch. Salary expectation, you can expect up to 15 to 20 LPA by doing this course curriculum. Many of my students has switched the job to 10, 12, 13, 14 or by doing this course curriculum, okay? And this is a 2 months course curriculum. The batch will start from 22nd of October, 8:30 a.m. IST. It is a morning batch, 8:30 a.m. IST will be the timing. Weekdays, every day, the class will happen for 2 months, okay? Now, the Databricks and Spark course curriculum, right? This course is anyone who is basically wants to enhance their coding skill set. So this will provide you 3 years of experience. You will learn about Databricks, you will learn about Spark, Unity Catalog, Medellin architecture. You will do 3 projects. The benefit of doing this course is you can apply to any job related to Databricks, right? You learn about Spark architecture, which is basically applicable in AWS Glue, Synapse, everywhere it is the Spark is used, right? You will gain 3 years of experience, the basic knowledge about SQL or Python. Any one of this is fine. You can learn the Databricks and Spark course curriculum, right? Because Spark can be written in any language. You can expect up to 15 to 20 LPA. Now, if you're a more experienced guy, right, then you should go for a combined course, right? So you can learn ADF, Databricks, Synapse, warehousing, everything, right? You'll gain 5 project, you'll do 5 project, you'll do 6 project, right? You learn about data migration, full load, delta load, right? You can expect salary more than 15 to 20 LPA, right? And then this course is also starting from 22nd of October. Now this is a summary about everything, right? 3 years of experience, 3 years of experience, 3 to more years of experience will be taught. ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Fabric will be taught. Databricks and Spark will be taught. Both combined, everything will be taught, right? So now if you're a fresher, right? If you're a fresher, if you have 2, 3 years of experience, 4 years of experience, and your salary expectation is 10 to 15 LPA, go for Azure Data Engineering course curriculum. If you are more on a experience, if you want to go for a coding background, Databricks Spark, right? You go for this particular course curriculum. If you are already experienced guy, go for a combined course curriculum. Okay. Now, sometimes people have a question, hey Abhishek, how we will do 3 projects, 5 projects, right? And how you will cover the scenario-based interview question, right? So let me show you our learning portal, and from that it will be much more clear, right? So let me show you my learning portal now. So this is the learning portal. Now, if you see our learning portal, we basically provide the training in very structured manner, in which we will basically guide you class by class. Class 1 homework, class 2 homework, class 3 homework, class 4 homework, class 5 homework, class 6 homework, class 7, class 8. One project is completed, and then we are basically implementing the project real time in front of you, and then trying to teach you. That is what we will be doing. Okay. So this is basically an intense, like 2 months of 2 to 4 months of training, depending upon which particular course you're choosing, right? Just like when you join a Mu Sigma or any corporate company, they also provide you intense training. This is what we are doing here. We are providing the intense training, and we will be doing everything real time in front of you without any error, without any like already things set up, and then we are trying to do things, right? We will do everything in front of you without any error. That is what we will be doing, right? And then we will be learning, right? And then after class by class we are doing a homework, after class by class we are doing a homework, class by class we are doing a homework, and then after all the classes are completed, then again we are building a project in front of you, right? Then we will give you scenario based interview question. For example, if I show you the scenario based interview question, this is how the scenario based interview question will give you. So how why the workflow is slower, how the unexpected problem will happen, right? And then what are the performance bottlenecks can happen, right? All of that will also guide you. And then like what are the production based issues will happen, right? All of that will also guide you, right? Production based, what are the bottleneck happens, data quality problem, what is the solution standard process for that, right? And then how do you optimize database workflow? What is the solution for it, right? All the documents will be shared by you with you, and then all the issues will be like we will tell you all the issues, right? What are the general issue which happens, right? So that you can answer those uh, questions in the interview. Okay. So first we learn, we do project, then we will give you the in the scenario based interview question. We explain the scenario based interview question. Then we ask you to like we will teach you how to introduce yourself, right? And how to explain the project, how to optimize your Naukri.com and LinkedIn profile, right? That we will tell you. Then we will give you the project explanation so that you can write the project in your resume. Then we'll give you the sample resume so that you can make your resume. Then will give you a topic wise interview question. Then we'll give you the company wise interview question. And all of these interview questions are prepared by me and Sankha by appearing to different interviews. It's not like chat GPT interview question. Each and every interview is being prepared by us by appearing to different interviews, right? So if I show you, so suppose this is my draft note of all of this, right? So suppose when I generally give like all of this interview by myself, I prepare this notes and then I also put it over there, right? That is what I do. So if you basically summarize this, right, we are basically trying to help you with uh, with like we will do project, right, so that you gain a relevant skill set. Then we'll give you the interview guidance, resume preparation, mock interview, right? And then we'll help you in the technical challenges you have faced and and everything, right? So this is what we will basically provide you, right, end to end, right? Now let me open the agenda topics again, right? So this is why cloud. I'll just try to summarize everything again, right? So why cloud, what is cloud? We understood this. Why cloud, what is cloud, right? So cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're accessing someone else's computer. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but uh, sorry, what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're accessing someone else's computer. Why cloud? Cloud is basically used so that you can easily collaborate, easy to maintain. Why Azure? Because Azure has a Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI, and also Microsoft has a very good forward penetration. What is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but extract, transform, and load, right? Tools to learn ADF, Databricks, SQL DB, right? These are the tools which is very important. Data Factory for data migration, data processing is done in Databricks and SQL DB. And for that, coding is required. For Data Factory, coding is not required, right? Why and what of Databricks? Databricks is important for distributed computing, which is done by Spark. So whatever you learn in Spark can be applicable to everywhere, right? How much coding is required? If you don't know any coding, you can start with Data Factory. If you know coding, you start with either Databricks as well, or you can choose Data Factory as well. Who can learn? Anybody can learn. Fresher, 5 year or more than 5 years of experience. And I have given a roadmap of it, right? Where to practice? We'll practice in Azure free subscription, right? There we will practice, right? Now, let me try to pull up this particular slide, and then I will also this is basically the summary about everything, right? ADF data engineering course. So suppose if I again explain, Azure data engineering course can be taken by anyone who is starting in Azure, right? If you know coding, if you don't know coding, doesn't matter. If you are starting in Azure, if you have less experience, just starting, or if you have no experience, go for Azure data engineering. If you are basically a guy who are more experienced, right? And then no coding, doesn't know coding, doesn't matter, go for a combined course if you are a more experienced guy. And if you are specifically looking for big data and data processing, go for Databricks Spark course curriculum, right? This is what you can do. Now, if you want to enroll for the for the classes which is happening from 22nd of October, right? This is the offer for it, right? So for Azure Data Engineering course, the original price is 20,000 rupees. You can get the course in 70,500 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now and rest after the batch starts, right? For the combined course, original price is 40,000 rupees. You can get in 30,000 rupees. You need to pay 20,000 rupees now, rest after the batch starts, right? And Azure Databricks, if you want to enroll for the live class, you can enroll for the recording right now. You can learn from the recording next month when the live batch will start. We'll add you the live batch, right? That is what we'll do by paying the difference. Okay. And if you want any pre-recorded material, such as a combined course pre-recorded material and data engineering pre-recorded material, you can get all the pre-recorded material in our website for 10% discount after the demo. What is the difference between recording and live is in the live, you will attend the class live with tutor. You can ask the doubt with the tutor, everything you can do live. In the recording, you can just learn from the recording, right? You won't be able to attend the class live. And also at the same time, in the recording, we won't be taking a mock interview, which will also take in Azure Data Engineering or a live course, right? That is the difference between recording and live. And once you enroll for the recording, the doubt sessions are there, right? So we will make sure that each and every doubts are cleared. That we will make sure, because we have a dedicated WhatsApp group in which you can clarify the doubt, right? And what I can assure you is, like, I will be there with you till the time you get a job, right? Me and Sankha will be there with you. No matter you take 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, we will make sure that we are with you to make sure that you're getting a job, right? That is what we'll make sure, right? And now if you want to enroll for this particular course, I am sending you the link, and then we'll take some Q&A sessions, so that if you have any question, you can also clarify your question, right? So give me a moment, I will also ping this in the chat, and then you guys can register yourself, and then we'll take some Q&A session, and also I will try to answer all the questions which is there in the chat. Okay, all right, I will share my screen again. So first of all, let me go through the questions in the chat. In terms of experience, is the course giving 3 years of experience, or 3 years of experience required to take the course? No, the course itself is giving 3 years of experience. So in the course, we will be doing 3 projects which is relevant for you to write in your resume that you have 3 years of experience. So suppose if you are from fresher, for example, if you are a fresher, you can do this particular course, and then you can basically prove that, yeah, so you have a experience to switch the job. So for a fresher, they don't need to like write experience, they just need to tell that you have done this project. But for example, if I am from a Power BI background, I have 3 years of experience, right? So what I can do this particular Azure data engineering course, and then I can say that I have 1 year worked in Power BI domain, and 2 years I have worked in Azure data engineering domain, in which I have done these projects, and then you can switch, right? This is what you can do. Suppose if you are an admin, have 5 years of experience, Then what you can do, you can learn Azure Data Engineering course. You can say 2 years you have worked in admin and 3 years you have worked in Azure Data Engineering role, and you have done this project in your own company. You can do the project with me, and but you can tell that you have done this project in the company, and you're not doing anything wrong. Reason being that you're giving interviews, you're trying to answer all the questions in the interview, and then you're getting selected. Then you will be able to do the job as well in the company, right? So there's nothing wrong with that, ideally. So this is the approach we will follow. Okay. Do we like going to use Azure free subscription? Yes, we will be using Azure free subscription. What are the limitation? I will tell you what are the limitation in the class, and then there won't be any problem. If you don't want to use the free subscription, then you need to bear 1,000 rupees a month cost to practice. Okay. Are we going to work on real-time streaming and batch processing, both the projects? We will work on the batch processing mostly. The streaming project, we will learn the basics of streaming in few of the classes. That is what we will do. Okay. I will, Suraj, I answered your question. I am from testing background. Is it possible to switch from testing? Yes, it's possible, Naren, to switch from testing background to Azure Data Engineering background. It's possible. Many of my students have done it. Okay. Is it possible to switch from yes, it's possible from infrastructure. So many people from testing, infrastructure support, DevOps come to data engineering background because it has a limited scope, right? So that they come to like data engineering in that case. What is the difference between ADF and Synapse? ADF is basically used for data movement, data migration. Synapse is also used for data migration, data processing, both. Okay. So now on top of Synapse, they made Fabric as well, which is a SaaS solution. So now people don't use Synapse too much, they use Fabric. So they are trying to build one stop solution for everything, that is Fabric. Okay. SQL Server is taught in this particular program. No, SQL and Python won't be taught in this particular program. If you want the SQL and Python, then we have a like courses, separate courses. If you don't know SQL, if you don't know Python, you can also take a learning, like a recorded material of those courses, and you can learn it in the site. That is what you can do. Okay. Because for Azure Data Engineering course, there is no SQL required, so you can learn it in the site as well. Are you going to provide dump to clear all the global? Yes, I will provide dump to clear all the certification, right? Can you share the roadmap of Azure AI? So here we will target on Azure Data Engineering itself, not Azure AI. Okay. I want to know more about the project which are going to happen in this particular project. There are 5 projects we will do. Okay. Like I will open this course curriculum. Give me a moment. So we will do 5 projects in total, right? I will share my screen again. We will do 5 projects in total, right? So this is the first project. This is the second project. One is data factory centric project. One is Databricks centric project. One is Snap centric project. And then this is the Lakehouse architecture project. And this is the another project we will do. We will do total 5 projects. This is the architecture diagram of this project. The projects are centered around the retail uh, industry, right, and supply chain. So we'll focus on these two industry mostly. Okay. All right. Now, if you want to enroll for the course, you can basically use the link which I have shared in the chat and enroll for the course, right? So this particular offer which we are giving is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and then this particular offer will expire, right? So the original price is 20,000 rupees, and you can get the course in 17,500 rupees. You can pay 10,000 rupees now, rest after the batch starts. For combined course, the original price is 40,000 rupees. You can get it in 30,000 rupees because Azure Data Engineering is also 20,000 rupees. Databricks Spark is also 20,000 rupees. So when you go for a combined course, you are getting the course in 30,000 rupees rather than enrolling separately, right? So you can enroll together and pay 30,000 rupees. You can pay 20,000 rupees now, rest after the batch starts. And for Azure Databricks live batch will start next month. For that as well, the cost is 20,000 rupees, right? But you can get the recording right now. You can like enroll for the live next month, right? And then if you want any other pre-recorded material, everything is available in website in 10% discount. Now, if you have any question, guys, you can unmute yourself and ask directly to me. Please go ahead. Anybody has any question, guys, which I can answer? Uh, I have given a well, 1 second. Let me check if I have given a okay. So I have given unmute option now. Sorry for that. Yeah. So guys, you can unmute yourself and
Hey,
ask question.
Hello.
Hi, Ashik.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
thanks
ahead.
for
Yeah,
the.
my name is Tarun.
One by one, guys.
Okay,
Please.
go ahead.
Please, Tarun.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Tarun. Yeah, go ahead. I'll say my question after you.
So I'm just asking that you have included 5 projects. So you have included in the combined course the fabric thing also, fabric course also. So you will be taking the project in fabric also.
No, I won't be teaching the project in Fabric. I will be teaching in project in Data Factory, Databricks project, and Synapse Analytics project. I will be teaching.
So what will be included in the fabric?
Fabric, I will teach you like all the concepts of Fabric. For example, let me open the course curriculum. All right. So we'll teach you in Fabric the one lake and lake house in Fabric. Will teach you what is Fabric warehouse, Synapse warehouse, how to run Spark queries in Fabric, how to do real-time analytics in Fabric, and how to do the dashboarding in Fabric. These are the topics we will teach you in Fabric. And my suggestion to you is currently the Fabric is being asked as a add-on skill set because the Fabric like the companies are trying to adapt Fabric, but mostly the projects are being done either in Data Factory mostly and few of the project in Synapse Analytics, but there is not productionized project are running in Fabric right now. So that is why we don't teach Fabric as a project, but added skill set. That is what we teach, and these are the topics we will be covering.
Because in my company they are asking for the fabric certification. So that's why I'm looking accordingly. If I'm learning Azure, so I could go for fabric
For
also.
Fabric,
That
what we will do for Fabric, we will give you teach you these topics, and then for certification, we can give you the dumps and then question
yeah,
which you can
dumps.
prepare. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anybody has any question,
And
guys? Which
from after 2 months we can prepare for the interview. So can you?
depending upon which course. So suppose if you are going for a combined course as well, then also after 2 months you can prepare, and then in the side you can do another Databricks and Spark course. So after 2 months you can go for an interview preparation. Yes, you can apply to the jobs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Anybody has
I
any
have
question, guys? Yeah.
yeah, two questions. So this combined, right? If it's starting from next October 22nd, that
Mhm.
combined program, as you said, the Databricks also starts next month. Is it going to run parallel, or will have after 2 months only
You
the
have your
Databricks?
choice. Like you can do it parallel if you want to. If you want to do it one by one, it's your choice.
Okay. And the free trial is going to be sufficient for that 5 projects, or we may have to share some money for Azure accounts? Uh,
So for 5 projects, like free account for 1 month is sufficient, and after that you can create another free account for another month, right? That you can
okay.
do, which has an additional cost of 1,000 rupees, like at max 1,000 to 1,500 rupees a month. When we are
1,000
practicing
rupees
on
or
Databricks,
$1,000?
no, not $1,000, 1,000 rupees, 10 to 15,
Okay.
15 to $20. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that is sufficient to practice. And then for when we were working on Databricks and Spark, and if you don't, so some of the things cannot be done in Databricks and Spark course in free trial. So for that, you need to create a premium account, and then the similar cost, like 15 to $20 approx. Like that will be the cost. Okay, monthly cost I'm telling about.
Okay.
So I will guide you how you can practice in the similar kind of a cost. Okay, so your cost will not extend more than this.
Okay. Thank you. But only weekdays batches are available, right? Yeah. No weekend
Uh,
batches.
no weekend batch. We have a morning batch, a weekday, and also evening batch, but not weekend batch.
Evening at what time?
Evening is at 8 uh, p.m. IST, right? And this batch is already running. Like I am finishing this Azure Data Engineering course in that particular batch, and we will be starting with Databricks Spark next month.
Okay. And sorry, I had to ask many questions. And one more thing. So is it recommended to first start finish the data Azure data engineering, then go for Azure this Databricks or Spark, or it can be vice versa also.
You can do anyways, like no problem. Azure data engineering also, sorry, Databricks Spark also you can do first. So you
Okay.
will learn data processing first in Databricks Spark, and then you'll go for data migration. You can do either ways, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Abhishek, I have a question. I'm on a current career break right now. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, go
So
ahead. I
can
will
I?
just mute others. Yeah.
So can I go ahead and I mean, will I be able to get the job if I'm on a career break?
How many years of break you have?
2 years.
And then previously you worked for how many years?
I worked for, I mean, almost 10 years in data field as itself. I mean, data engineering. I was in Informatica and uh,
Yeah, so
Azure.
what you can do is after completing the course curriculum, I will suggest you to go for a combined course curriculum. You can learn for 2 months. After 2 months, you can start applying for the job with the career gap itself and see whether you're getting an interview calls. And many people get the interview call and they are able to get a job as well. But if suppose if you're not getting an interview call when you're saying that you were in the career gap, you can also mention that you are doing a freelancing, right? That also you can mention. But suppose the last option, if you're not getting anything, like suppose somebody is not like people are not considering you or something like that. So in that case, what you can also do, you can fill up your career gap with some alternative, right? In India, many people provide some experience letter. Many of the company also does that. So you can also fill up the gap like this, right? This is just a suggestion which you can also do. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Anybody has any other doubt?
Hello. Hi, Abhishek. This is Suraj.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some few questions. In industrial projects, the people are more focusing on building the automated and scheduled pipelines
Hmm.
instead of running manually.
Hmm.
In the projects which we are going to do
Hmm.
in upcoming bootcamp, do we focus on manually triggering the pipeline or
No, we will learn
implementing this?
about automation and we learn about triggers. We will learn about like how to triggers the job automated manner in data factory and in Databricks. Um, we will learn about it.
Okay, and one more thing, you have suggested that do not focus on the DevOps things
Hmm.
now, but to implement the implementing the automated schedule pipeline, we need to learn some basics of DevOps, right? Yeah.
No, for automate like running the job in the automated manner, you don't need to learn DevOps. DevOps is needed for the deployment of your pipeline from one environment to another environment. For that, DevOps is needed, and that is the job of a DevOps engineer. We will learn DevOps from the data engineering perspective, such as data engineer, what data engineer do, data engineer try to push their code to the Git and then try to do some sort of a like conflict resolution or cherry picking or Git merge or different Git practices. That is what we will focus on this particular course. We will not learn about the deployment of the pipeline from one environment to another environment. That we will not focus on this particular course.
Okay,
Okay, but we will learn
got it.
about automation, like how automation can be done. That we will learn about. Okay.
Okay, got it. Actually, I'm currently working in a GCP. So I'm giving some interviews. In the interview, I had faced the questions like you have some fixes in GitHub, then you need to implement in your pipeline. Then how is the approach? That all scenario-based questions we will cover in this bootcamp, right?
Yeah, yes, we will cover the. So I will try my best to cover all the scenario-based question, but suppose if some scenarios which you are getting, like somebody's asking you and you're not able to answer those scenarios, you can tell me and then I will cover those scenarios as well because scenarios are generally like I can try to cover like scenario which I faced or a student told me, right, that I can try to cover. But if I miss something, you can tell me and I will try to cover that as well.
Okay, got it. And in this bootcamp, do we have a referral help like things? Means just you are posting the job openings in any channels, or your team is providing us referrals also?
Um, my team is not providing the referrals, but suppose if what we will be doing, we'll be sharing job openings in our alumni group from which you can see and apply. That we will be doing. And then like if you see some I have a 25 to 30,000 following in this LinkedIn account. So if you see any person like connected with me, you can ask I can speak to those people for the referrals. So this I can do for you. But we will be sharing the job openings in our portal that we will be doing.
Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah, that's all from our side. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody has any question, guys?
Thank
Hello,
you.
Abhishek. This is Rajesh.
Hmm.
Actually, if we enroll this live course and we, in some case, we miss the classes and how to
We will be
again.
giving the recording. We will be giving the recording for the course.
Okay, and how long that we can access that courses, Abhishek?
Lifetime. There is no end for that. You can access it lifetime.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek. And one more question. And what are the certifications we need to do for experience more than 5 years, Abhishek?
What are the certification you can do after doing this course? This is your question?
No, no. What are the certifications industry asking? Like industry is checking.
Yeah, so these are the certification. Give me a moment. You can do this certification. Lakehouse Fundamental, Data Engineer Associate certification, Professional certificate. This one is downgraded now, DP203. So you can do Fabric certification in place of this. So you can do this certification, all of this.
Okay, in intermediate level, fabric certification we are currently.
So after doing this course curriculum, you will be able to do AZ 900, DP 900, and then a Data Engineer Associate certification, Lakehouse Fundamental. You can also do professional. Some part of it you won't be able to do. Like you need to learn little bit more. And then the DP203 is downgraded now, but you will be able to do this as well if it was there, right? But you can do Fabric certification beside this.
Okay, okay, Abhishek. Thank you, thank you.
Anybody has any doubt, guys?
Hi, Abhishek. I have 3 years of experience as a MuleSoft developer, and I'm doing my master's in data science at TUD in Germany. Now I'm looking for a data engineer working student in Germany. Which course is more suitable for me?
Uh, Combined course. Like like you can go for data engineering as well, but I suggest you to go for a combined course because you're looking for a job in Germany. And if you go for a combined course, it will give you more opportunity to apply. So you can go for a combined course.
Okay.
You know,
For this
if you're
combined course, is
really,
there,
if you're, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, are you going to start evening batch in combined course?
Combined course evening batch is running right now. So you can join the running batch in which I will start Databricks and Spark next month. Okay. So what you can
Okay.
do, you can learn Databricks and Spark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can again do Azure Data Engineering. Okay. So I will give you the option to re-attend the Azure Data Engineering. So you can just start attending right now. And suppose I am running the batch daily right now, right? And 10 to 15 classes has happened. So you can start attending right now and see whatever you can understand. You can watch the recording, but you can start fresh next month in Azure Databricks and Spark course, and you can again do Azure Data Engineering after 2 months. Is it clear for you?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what you can also do is you can learn the missed classes in the morning batch, and
Mm-hmm.
then if you are really in a hurry, you can do the missed classes in the morning, and in the evening you can just continue, right? Whatever is being taught.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody has any doubt, guys?
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so actually, I have some experience of around 4 years. So I have
Mm-hmm.
previously worked in Databricks and Synapse, but it's a long back ago, and I work mostly in the support kind of role and validation part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved into the Hadoop ecosystem. I worked for the 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So which is one is the better for me, like Azure
Uh,
data engineering or Databricks in Spark.
so you
It's
said that
exactly.
you worked in Hadoop background, and then like
Currently, I am working in the Hadoop ecosystem.
can you repeat it again, please? Your voice was getting disturbed.
Yeah, actually, Abhishek, I worked in the Hadoop ecosystem currently.
Mm-hmm.
Our pipeline is in the Spark, but I don't do the most of the coding part here also.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one is better for me
And
to?
how much experience you have
Previously,
total?
I have total 4 years. In the August, in the October, 4 years will be completed.
And in
For
4
August.
years, like in previous years, in which particular background you
Yeah,
worked?
yeah. In the early years, I worked in the Azure Synapse,
As you Synapse, and
and
what you
then
were doing there?
yeah, yeah, mostly the pipeline monitoring validation part, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
that's all I have done that time.
So I feel
So,
and then when you're looking for a package, you're looking for like more than 15 LPA or less than 15 LPA.
so I'm looking for like to give 3 years of experience of now,
Yeah,
not
but
like the
like
4 years
in
that I have
terms
completed.
of package, you're looking for more than 15 LPA,
Yeah,
less than, yeah.
like I'm sufficient with the 15 LP, I think.
I so like you can go for Azure data engineering only as well, right? But if you do a combined course, it would be better for you because you're like already working in Hadoop background, right? So you can use the Spark understanding, which will help you. So you can go for a combined course that you can do.
Mm, okay. And for the Git part, you have said we are like covered the Git push
Yeah, we will
pull.
teach you. Yeah, we will teach. I will teach you that. Yes.
Mm, okay, good. Thank you.
Hi
Yeah.
Abhishek.
Anybody has any question? Yes.
Yeah, this is Amit. Actually, I want to know about Databricks, right? So, are we going to study about the real-time streaming kind of stuff in this Databricks?
Our projects are inclined towards batch processing. Okay. Streaming processing, I will teach you some sort of like I will teach you autoloader. I will teach you how to process the data in a stream manner, like how the streaming jobs can run. I will teach you in one to two class, three class at max, but we will not go like we will not do projects in stream processing. That we will not do. We will learn the basics of streaming and what is important for the interview that we will learn.
Okay, in Azure Data Factory, right? So, are we going to handle any project, any scenario, real-time streaming handling scenario?
Data Factory doesn't handle like streaming project. You cannot do in Data Factory.
Event Hub is there, right? So, using that,
Yeah.
are we going to give
No.
some
No,
little
we
bit?
will not learn. We will not learn Event Hub and those things, right? So suppose first step is to learn this, which we are targeting here: Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, all of this. This is
Component.
capable enough to write 4 to 5 years of experience. Now, after that, you want to further enhance your knowledge. Then my suggestion is to go for streaming job, SD Insight, or like Cosmo DB or these tools. But in this course curriculum, we will be focusing on batch processing mostly. Streaming little like streaming basics we'll learn, but we'll not learn the advanced topics of streaming or SD Insight or your Event Hub. That we will not learn in this course curriculum.
Okay, so PostgreSQL is also there. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So I want to know about this recorded video, right? I want to purchase Azure Databricks course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
the
So I have shared the link in this chat, right? So you can use the link and register, right? So the original price is 8,999. We are giving in 7,999. This offer is valid till 11:59 p.m. IST.
And I want to purchase the recorded session. In that person, I will get the 10% discount on this, just
Yeah,
like
yeah. So
8,000.
this is a discounted price itself, which is 8,999, more than 10% discount ideally, because the original price is 8,999. If you check it in the website, we are giving it 7,999. So it's a 10% discount already applied
Whether
here.
I attend the lab course or I purchase a course, fees will be the same for that both
So
part,
suppose
right?
if you attend the live course now, going forward, if you want to attend the live course, you can just pay 10,000 rupees more and you can upgrade your learning to live.
Okay, so
Okay.
so 8,000 rupees for the recorded video only. You are saying for Azure Databricks, right?
So
Recording.
yeah, it's for the recording only. But now suppose if you say that Abhishek, I want to learn live. So live fees is around 18,000 rupees. So you can just pay 10,000 rupees more and you can upgrade your learning to record live is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, got it. And
Yeah.
are we going to play with the Avro file system and all the Avro schema kind of thing with the Databricks?
You mean to say that do we will learn about Avro file processing?
Yes, generally in the course curriculum you have mentioned Parquet, CSV.
Hmm.
Avro is
Yeah,
not there. So
Avro is not there because it's less used in real time, right? So we generally use Parquet and then CSV and then JSON, which is written over there, and sometimes XML. Avro is less used, and mostly the project which I have done because I teach what I do, right? So the project which I have done, Avro I have used less, so that I don't teach.
okay, okay. Because Avro provides some metadata kind of facility, right? So
Yeah,
using that.
metadata is being provided in Parquet as well, right? So in this course curriculum, we don't use Avro file because I haven't done project in Avro file, so that I don't teach. But the similar, the how you read the Parquet file, you also read the Avro file in the same manner, so it should not be a problem.
No, no, you are right. But in Avro, I'm looking for something different. Just like I want to create a Avro schema on the Kafka topic, right? So where I will publish some message and I will send the metadata for the event, right? On that event base, the my next downstream will read that load and will load data into particular table as per the metadata I'm providing on the Kafka topic in Avro. So I was looking such kind of thing. Okay, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah, okay. So this is not there, like the specific scenario which you're telling. Okay, but you can probably learn and then do it by yourself, probably.
actually banking domain. Actually, we generally follow that kind of structure.
Yeah.
We get the data from multiple sources, and where we have a Kafka as a middle layer, right? And every stream is going to publish data on the Kafka topic, and from there, microservice read that data and load the data specifically as per the metadata
Yeah.
available on.
Yeah. Hmm.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anybody has any question, guys, which I can answer? Anybody has any question, guys, which I can answer?
Abhishek, is that link payment link will be published in group as well, or
Yeah, yeah, I will publish, yes.
yeah, sure,
All right.
sure.
All right, guys. Anybody has any question which I can answer? Okay. Thank you so much for giving your time, guys. Thank you so much for attending the class. I hope it was valuable for everyone. I will send the link in the chat as well, group chat as well. You can use the link and enroll. The people who enrolled, thank you so much for enrolling. Um, See you then, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Abhishek, I can ask one more question.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Just like someone is having 15 years or 17 years experience, total IT experience, right?
Hmm.
So what are the opportunity for him in this Azure world?
They can learn first data engineering fully. Then if their expectation, for example, if I am a 15 years experienced guy, And if my salary expectation is up to 10, 30 to 40 LPA, then I suggest that you go for data engineering role, fully data engineering role, do some projects in Azure background. In 1 to 2 years, you can do some projects in Azure background, and then try to learn Azure admin. Okay,
Azure.
Azure admin. So you can learn that Azure admin, and
Mm-hmm.
then you try to look for a architect level of position that would be better. This is what I will suggest them, right? But if they feel that, hey, like I am already a 15 years experience guy, I'm okay with 20 40 LPA package, and I'm okay with Azure data engineering role, then yeah, you can just continue with that as well. Are you a 15 years of experience guy?
Yes, I
But what's your
think
profile? What's your profile?
actually I used to work in Azure Data Factory world only last 2 years back, right?
Mm,
Nowadays, I'm playing a vice president role in one bank
mhm.
where playing some AWS and multiple things, Spark and Kafka.
You're working
But
in data engineering profile itself?
yes, yes, yeah, finance,
Okay.
crime domain actually, right?
Mhm.
Now, actually, thing is that I don't have that, so I have forgot something in the this world. So along with this, I work with the DevOps as well, right?
Mhm.
So, such kind of profile I have. So looking for a change.
So yeah, so like either you can go for suppose if any like it depends on your role. So suppose a 15 years of experience, if you have 15 years of experience, you need to really figure out that, hey, what I really know. For example, like whether you know data engineering fully, or if you want to learn know data engineering, you know multi-cloud data engineering, and then you can pick up that, like what you know, and then further enhance your knowledge in that, right? That I recommend. But suppose if you have data engineering experience and DevOps experience as well, and little bit of admin experience as well, if you have like mix of everything, then for you better suited position is architect role. So
Hmm.
you can judge yourself what is better, what is suits you, which what you know, right? And then enhance your knowledge in that particular field. That is what I will suggest you.
Right. I'm also thinking the same way only. Yes,
Yeah.
because I do multi-clouds because
Hmm.
I know
And all
as
the companies are, suppose if like no, none of the company in the market use only one cloud. All the company use multi-cloud. Why? Because they don't want to rely, like suppose any company, I'm working with Aldisuit right now, right? So they suppose if they don't totally rely in Azure. Why? Because Azure can charge them heavy money after that. So they just try to integrate some AWS as well so that they can negotiate the price. And every company does that. Okay. So it
Mhm.
would be better for you if you use multi-cloud experience. That will be also better for you.
Right, along with some DevOps work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, whatever I have already worked with the Cosmos DB, Mongo, because I was working for the ICICI Bank, right? Some time back, I think 3 years back. That
Mm-hmm.
time, just I migrated the MongoDB data into Cosmos DB for ICICI Bank. So DevOps, CI/CD, and all those things I used to work that.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, also I'm doing some Jenkins job and multiple things in AWS.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much for your
Okay.
guidance.
Thank you so much for all your questions. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. See you then. I hope it was valuable for everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, Abhishek.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's say 8:30 p.m. IST. Time slot is 8:30 p.m. Oh, 8:30 a.m. IST, sorry. Combined courses of 4 months.
Abhishek, like 8:30 to 10:30 something.
8:30 to 9:30. 1 hour.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
All right. Thank you so much for attending the class. See you then, guys. Bye.